you think to yourself, well, it's hard for me to be generous because I don't have much, I don't have a lot to give away. That's okay, right? We know there's lots of examples in Scripture where people gave just a small amount, but that's it. The cool thing about working in God's economy, it's like tossing a pebble into a lake. Those ripples then become bigger and bigger until they form tidal waves in eternity. I kind of channel my inner It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart. You think about, well, what impact is my time or what impact is my money, even if it's a little bit of money here or there, $5 here, $10 here, what's the point? What impact will that have? We have no way of knowing what impact our generosity will have on eternity. So don't waste the opportunity. So we look in 2 Corinthians, and there's a good example that Paul is sharing with us about some believers in Macedonia. And I want you to hear this, okay? He says, and now, brothers and sisters, we want you to know about the grace God has given the Macedonian churches. The Macedonian churches were very, very poor, and they were under extreme persecution at the time. Life, it's not cushy like it is for us right here. They were struggling. They were hiding. The height of early church persecution was beginning to build up, and these folks didn't have a lot of money. So he goes on to write, in the midst of very severe trial, their overflowing joy and their extreme poverty welled up in rich generosity, like a spring overflowing, right? They wanted to be a part of what was going on. He says, for I testify that they gave as much as they were able and even beyond their ability, entirely on their own. They urgently pleaded with us for the privilege of sharing in this service to the Lord's people, and they exceeded our expectations. They gave themselves first of all to the Lord, and then, by the will of God, also to us. So even in this church in Macedonia, even in their extreme poverty, they pleaded to be a part of it. That kind of indicates to us, if we kind of think about the context of it, indicates to us that Paul and the other church leaders at the time were like, guys, no, you guys keep your money. It's okay. You're kind of struggling right now. We understand. But they pleaded and they begged. We want this privilege to be a part of what God is doing. Because they knew. They had that perspective. They had bought into this new economy. And so it's kind of interesting to think about what it would be like if we had that same perspective. Please let me be a part of this. Please let me give.